Hi guys, I'm just putting some sugar in my tea a minute. I'll be back. Sugar in the tea. Sugar in the tea. How we going? Right, got the dog here. Okay, we're back. We're back. Right. Okay, sorry about that. Oh yes. Right, we're live. Woo, I've had a busy day. It's Louis in the UK. Defending Elvis Presley fans want the truth. Let's have a look. So I've come home to an empty house. My wife just messaged me. Right, okay. Right, so I've been out all day messing around with stuff. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Philomena. Hi, Teresa. So I was cut off short this morning. So I want to start again. No particular subject at the moment. I'm going to start working out what we're going to talk about. So I'm just going to put live. Just tell everyone we're live. Just quickly tell everyone we're live. Let's go to the Facebook. Okay. And I want to quickly play the thing. I made a couple of things this morning. I hope everyone's well. Ginger O'Neill, that's a new name. Ginger, are you new to our channel, Defending Elvis Presley? Hi, Jane. Let's just have a look. So let me just, I've literally just got home. Oh, we've had a bit of a jump on our members, on our Defending Elvis Presley. That's gone to 301 members. Pretty good, guys. Pretty good. Let's have a look at some of your comments. Elvis Presley is the most legendary star in the history of entertainment. I agree fully. Let's keep looking. So let's quickly, I'm just going to quickly scan through. So Team Elvis, we have Defending Elvis Presley Facebook, which is called Defending Elvis Presley Louis Daily Live Streams. Louis Daily Live Streams. So please join that. We also have a Team Elvis chat, 24/7 chat. I'm going to type the name in. Let me just quickly put this in. So if you type this, if you friend request me with that name, I will accept you and you can join our 24/7 group chat. It looks like there's about 100 of you chatting all the time. You guys have been chatting non-stop, 24/7, or through the night or through the day. I love it. You're becoming friends, you're bonding. Right, so Ginger, welcome to our family. Thanks for stepping in and joining us with our Team Elvis. You're very welcome to be one of us. Team Elvis, we're here, we're a small family. And we are growing. We are a movement to defend Elvis Presley. Many say, why defend Elvis Presley? What's that all about? It's really simple. We don't like the things that are said about Elvis, that have been said about Elvis, many of the things, for 50 years. And we've decided together as a small family that as things come up that we think shouldn't be getting said about Elvis, we're going to defend him. We also feel that Elvis can't defend himself, so we are going to defend him. Many of us feel that the book Elvis and Me by Priscilla isn't a fair book to Elvis, doesn't portray Elvis in the correct light. We also think that the Priscilla film by Sofia Coppola, we think that film is unfair to Elvis and portrayed him in a bad light, was not good for his image or his legacy or his reputation. So we're together, we do research, we find documents, we find pictures, we find interviews, and we bring up stuff to show that Elvis is nothing like the way that some people portray him. We have strong opinions of many of the things that are negative that are said about Elvis, and we just want to defend him because we know he can't defend himself. Now, we've been doing this for about, I'm not actually sure, around 3 months. We're quite new to it. Many of us have been converted. Many of us were Priscilla fans. Many of us didn't know the hidden truths, the things that happened to Elvis from the Memphis Mafia, some of them from Priscilla Presley. And so we're all learning things that are quite shocking, quite surprising. Things like the divorce settlements, things like Priscilla being unfaithful, things like some of the betrayal from the Memphis Mafia, and many other things. So bit by bit, now we do get a bit of backlash from certain Elvis fans. Usually they're Priscilla fans. We have nothing against Priscilla fans. They're very welcome here. We understand from our point of view that we think that Priscilla fans, a lot of them have been brainwashed because they've been spoon-fed lies for the last 50 years. We think that a lot of the people think that Elvis and Priscilla have this beautiful, perfect romance that was ruined by Elvis, by his drug taking, by his unfaithfulness. But when you look underneath the surface and you start to dig out the facts, it's a much more complicated story, and we start to understand that Priscilla broke up the marriage. Now, we don't completely blame Priscilla, but Priscilla was also in the wrong. She wasn't the innocent victim that the public may think she is. And when you see Priscilla being interviewed, like by the recent interview with Piers Morgan, you understand that it's completely unfair and very one-sided, very one-sided. So, Ginger, I do think the word jerks is an American word, but I do think that some of the things that were done by some of the Memphis Mafia, you can call them jerks. Charlie Hodge seems to be a nice one. Larry Geller seems to be a nice one, but all of the others seem to have made mistakes. I think Billy Smith was pretty good, but I do think that they all said things that they probably shouldn't have said. I would say that. So, yeah, I can see that the other members and the other subscribers, Team Elvis, are welcoming Ginger. We always like to make new people very welcome, very welcome. We are a Defending Elvis channel, so we are leaning in that direction. But we will have a bit of fun, play some songs, talk about the movies, and just have some fun as well. It's not always serious. One of our recent topics was, did Elvis take cocaine? Well, that rumor to me is very, very incorrect and hasn't been proven. What was the other thing we were talking about recently? I think the most common thing is that everyone thinks that the unfaithfulness was just caused by Elvis. And I also think many people just don't know about the second divorce settlement. Many people think that, okay, they had a divorce around 72, 73, and that was the end of it. No, there was some very cruel treatment, in our opinion, in my opinion, by Priscilla. I think the way Priscilla treated Elvis with the second divorce settlement was very cruel, very greedy. Now, Priscilla fans will jump out at me and disagree with me, but trust me, guys, we've found all the documents that prove how cruel the divorce settlement was in 1977. This was still going on at the same time as the betrayal book by the Memphis Mafia was released. Elvis, What Happened, and Elvis was chronically unwell. So we have serious information and proof that Elvis was chronically sick and needed to be medicated with over 40 tablets a day. We've proved it. So when people call him a drug addict and that he just wanted to get stoned or off his face or high, we take offense, because the truth is that man was in a lot of pain and was seriously sick. So he needed his medication. He was very unwell. He had the medical problems Elvis had were very, very serious, and he needed anything to soothe him, to reduce the pain, to reduce the discomfort, to help his body work. Unfortunately, a lot of these medications had serious side effects. Elvis was addicted to some of these medications, we think, and he needed prescribed medication to sleep, to wake up, to have energy. And his body in the last couple of years, 2 or 3 years, was a mess. I think people forget that, and we're given the impression that the reason Elvis took the medication that he took was just to get high. It's ridiculous. And we won't have it. We will stand up and we will protect Elvis, because he can't protect himself. I know you don't like reading books, Louis, but a really good one to read is We Remember Elvis by Wanda. June Hill really gives you an insight into Elvis and his life. It is a real opener. Okay, well, thanks for that. And for the other people that are watching now, that is great advice. Now, we've had this topic this morning. I read lots. I read all the time. But do I get a book that's got 300 pages and read it from cover to cover? No, find it boring. I'd rather find very, very detailed information just by Googling. Let's see if I can. I got one up earlier. Is it Elvis Australia? I think it was. Let me just get it up again. Guys, many of you absolutely love reading. Many of you. Here we go. Let me get it up for you. I'll get it up for you. See this? It's called Elvis Australia. This is one of the hundreds of websites that give you very, very detailed, look at this, very detailed information about every single aspect of Elvis's life. Every aspect, you name it, it's on here, and it's been very seriously researched. And there's a lot of reading. I could read that for months and months and still wouldn't even get halfway through it. So it's not that I don't read, it's that I don't read books. I have read some books, don't like it. I've read Elvis and Me, of course. But for you guys to advise people what books are good to read, great. And remember, I said this morning, I would say 70% of the things I've learned about anything Elvis have come from your comments. Now, I'll just give you a quick view. I haven't read today's comments. We're going to have a little look in a minute. Now, here is today's comments. Okay, let's go back. Today's comments, guys, yeah? Don't know if you can see that very well. I haven't read them yet. You see them? Today's comments. I get hundreds of comments. Hundreds. And I read every single one. Every one. So I do a lot of reading. And I still say 70% of what I learn is from you guys. Right, Philomena. Hi, Philomena. Hope you're well. Everything around him affected his mental health. The Priscilla Presley taking him to the cleaners and on. So much more was happening around him. And everyone thought it was drugs instead of his stress. Obviously stress, but not just stress. So many factors affected Elvis's life. So many. And I think probably anyone that is at such a high level of fame, everything's difficult, isn't it? Isn't everything difficult? Right, let's have a look at this. Okay, let me just let's look at some of these messages. Yeah, right. I haven't read any of these yet. Let's just have a look. I'll be a bit careful in case they say anything rude. 1 second. Right. Okay. So Anna, hi Louis. You may know better, but it's better not to give too much importance to certain things that they say about Elvis, because I asked on the phone like this out of curiosity, is drinking salt and water bad for you? The answer is no. Is it good for many things? And he specified which one, including, is it good for the muscles? Cleans the intestines. Perhaps Elvis admitted and did not concede that he would have drunk it. It was because it would be good for many things and not to sweat, to put on a show. But then know that they try to write things that make people curious, especially about Elvis. Yeah, so obviously we've got this ongoing debate, guys, about did Elvis or did he not take salt tablets to sweat? I personally think that's ridiculous. I don't think it happened. I don't care what book it's in. I don't care who said it. I disbelieve it. But you guys, some of you are saying that salt makes you sweat. Some of you are saying that salt stops you sweating. So it's a bit of a joke, isn't it? Right, let's have a look. So we played a bit of Dallas last night, guys. Hope you guys got a cup of tea going. So let's have a look. Woohoo, Dallas. Laugh out loud, love this. It's good to have some fun. On a serious note, I don't think Elvis would have married Ginger Oldham. She was young and still wanted to have fun and do what 20-year-olds do. Nothing wrong in that, but wasn't there talk that she still had a boyfriend on the go? Who knows? I also think that she liked the idea of being Elvis's girlfriend or fiance. Linda had an affair with David Briggs. I have heard about this. Another one with Elvis piano player. Doesn't say her name. I always liked Linda, but some things she did whilst she was with Elvis really did annoy me. Also, some things she said about Elvis regarding his health and what she did for him health-wise, I feel was way too personal. Elvis was very private when it came to his health, and we know, in my opinion, Linda should have respected that. Elvis and Lisa Marie forever. Team Elvis. Yo, Team Elvis. Sorry, guys. I've got a frog in my throat. Right, so that's a nice comment, and it's got quite a few different points in it about Ginger Oldham, about Linda, and it's from Elvis and Lisa Marie forever. That's a off YouTube. Let's read this one, shall we? Let's just check your comments. Look, the reason I don't like the fact that Elvis is the man has done another video talking about Elvis sweating and taking salt tablets is because I don't think it does him any good. We're Elvis channels. We want to show the good side of Elvis. We want to build him up as the man that we admire, this beautiful man with a beautiful heart that the world loved. We don't want to talk about him in a silly way. And I think an Elvis channel like Elvis is the Man, is it Dave, doing videos, trying to prove that Elvis took salt tablets to sweat on stage is just another way of saying Elvis took pills. I don't understand why an Elvis channel that wants to build Elvis up and give out a positive image of Elvis wants to talk about Elvis in that way. Doesn't fit in my brain. So I will criticize it. Now, do I know the 100% truth of what happened with Elvis's, with this so-called story that Jackie Wilson told him a secret that he had, that taking salt pills makes you sweat and the women love it? I don't know if that happened, but I think it's a bit silly. Do I think Larry Geller mentioned something about it? Maybe. Did Peter Graunik, whatever it is, in his book mention this situation? Maybe, but it doesn't make any of it true. So we actually don't know. So my common sense says no, never happened. Elvis didn't need any help sweating. That's my common sense. Some of you will come up with medical reasons why he would have done it. I don't care. I don't think he did it. That's just, I have to stand by what I believe. Yeah? Right, let's have a look. Elvis was a beautiful inside and out. Love this, Louis. And this is Elvis and Lisa Marie Forever. Thank you. So, right, let's actually, I will play. There's a couple of things I did this morning. Yeah, hi, Ginger. I've heard that as well. I've heard that salt makes you not sweat as well. So when you hear Elvis is the Man, I don't know if you know this channel, saying that Elvis definitely took salt tablets to sweat, it just sounds ridiculous to me. And I just don't understand why he's saying it. Do you know what? It could have been Ginger. It could be any channel. If any channel, Elvis channel, says, "Oh, did you know? Ha ha ha! Elvis sweated and took salt tablets to sweat," I'd be like, "What is your point? Why are you talking about this? How does this make Elvis look good?" That's because these are Elvis channels. So Jane says hormones make you sweat. Haven't been right, Jane. Haven't been on the 24/7. My grandson had my phone. Oh. So Philomena's here. Hi, Philomena. Hi, Linda. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Jane. Hi, Teresa. So I did make a video this morning. Guys, I'm a landlord and I have to deal with property problems. And today was a big day. We had a lot of problems. So was yesterday. So every now and then I get sidetracked. So today I was cleaning a pub with my twin brother, Andreas. So now let me just, let's go to the video that I made this morning. Let's have a look. It was just a quickie. You've seen it loads of times. But I just wanted to make something. Let's see if I can find it. Right, okay, let's have a look. I made a couple of things, actually.
Morning, guys. Absolutely love this short clip. Defending Elvis Presley, fans want.
Right, here we go.
Morning, guys. Absolutely love this short clip. Defending Elvis Presley, fans want the truth. Let's watch it together. Thanks, guys.
I've experienced a lot of the different phases in life. I've experienced happiness and loneliness, the wealthy side of life, the average side of life, not having anything, but not knowing what it's like to have anything. So, and tragedy, like losing my mother while I was in the Army. And although I think that things like that, as tragic as they are, tend to make you a little better human being, really, because you learn more about yourself. It gives you a better understanding of yourself as well as other people.
Thanks, guys. Have a great day.
Just I know.
Short clip.
I know we've all heard it loads of times, haven't we? But I just love to hear his voice, and he's such a wise man. Yeah, the way he speaks about life and about loss. Of course, he mentions his mother, and the way it comes, you just hear it. It comes from the heart, doesn't it? And the tone in his voice is so beautiful, and you really know that he means every word he's saying, and it touches us. Doesn't that touch us? Yeah. There's a great picture here. Let's have a look. Look at that. Is that the song? Should I put this song on again? Right. I'm going to top up my tea and I'm going to put this song on for you. While I go and top my tea up. You've all heard it before. You guys know that I love it. It's from Rare Elvis Photos. We love Rare Elvis Photos. Brilliant Elvis YouTube channel. And he is Rare Elvis Photos is an Elvis defender, 100%. I highly recommend his channel. I'm just only going to be a minute while I top my tea up. Right, let's just press play.
She held him close to her heart from the very start. Through every joy and fear, she kept him near and dear. With a love that's pure and true, in everything she'd do, a
Mother's guiding light shone through the Elvis night. Oh, Gladys loved her son until her big old heart gave out. And there's no greater love than a mother's love. Holding her hand, he found peace, but all her worries would not cease. They shared a bond that never fades. It loves me tender shades. Oh, Gladys loved her son until her big old heart gave out. And there's no greater love than a mother's love. Holding her hand, he found peace, but all her worries would not cease. They shared a bond that never fades. It loves me tender shades. Oh, Gladys loved her son until her big old heart gave out. And there's no greater love than a mother's love. With every note he'd sing, he danced on her heartstrings. A melody so sweet made their bond complete. Oh, Gladys loved her son until her big old heart gave out. And there's no greater love than a mother's love. Yeah, there's no greater love than a mother's love.
Rare Elvis Photos. I highly recommend his YouTube channel. It's just a brilliant YouTube channel. He can sing. He can sing, can't he? And I hope you didn't mind us playing that Rare Elvis Photos. I hope you don't mind. But we just loved playing this because it has such a heartfelt feel to it. And it, like someone just said, so catchy, so catchy. And Linda said she would buy it. So let's just read some of the comments. Let's have a look. So Finola has the same picture on her fridge. Yep, Ginger also loves the channel, Rare Elvis Photos. These folks that tarnish and make fun of him because they will never come close to his goodness and they want to make him look bad. It will never dim his greatness. We see them all, for what they are. I just think that obviously if you're not an Elvis fan, you're not going to feel what we feel. We have this connection to Elvis that we felt from the moment we discovered him. Now, some of us may have only discovered him a year ago, or some of us may have discovered him 50 plus years ago. We still feel the same connection. I don't think the connection changes. We've had this discussion before here on Defending Elvis. Presley fans want the truth. Once you get that feeling in your heart, it's almost a spiritual feeling, this connection to Elvis. So we almost feel like a relative or a friend, or we feel motherly, or we feel like a brother or an uncle towards Elvis. I don't think it ever goes. You know, maybe we go through phases where we sometimes forget the love that we had for Elvis or have for Elvis. But then it just comes back, doesn't it? It creeps back and gets us again. It's unbreakable. And this is how we are. This is why we're here, guys. This is why we are defending Elvis Presley. This is why, you know, me as a 4-year-old boy who fell in love with Elvis, at 57 years old, that's how old I am. I'm 57. Still feel that same feeling. Same feeling. Hasn't changed. Not one iota. Exactly the same. I still remember myself jumping up and down on the bed, dancing to Elvis Presley when I was less than 10 years old. Under 10. Jumping up and down on my bed in my mother and father's home with my twin brother, singing and dancing to Elvis. Do any of you remember that, guys? Finola is looking down and he knows how much we love him. Yeah. We all have special connections to him, to each other. I really believe that, Linda. Elvis is my family and friend and love. I miss Elvis, Lisa, so very much. Of course, we have the same feeling towards Lisa Marie. We grew up with Lisa Marie. Didn't we watch Lisa Marie going from being a very small child and then going through all of her decades in her life? And we grew with her. We grew with her. Irene, they worked into the ground. It's true. They did work Elvis into the ground. Elvis also felt obliged that he had to work because so many relied on him. So Jane, don't know of any other entertainer that has this effect, even though he's been gone for a long time. That's because there isn't. There isn't. No other fan base better than Elvis fan. I agree. But this is why we're called Defending Elvis, because we want to bring in new fans. We want to share the love that Elvis tried to share, starting in the 50s. Even as a teenager, Elvis had this love to give. I think it was Gio was saying about Elvis just wanted to give away all his comics. And another person said Elvis had some little small cars that he would play with underneath his home in Mississippi Tupelo on Old Satilla Road. And he would share his car. He only had a few, and he would share them with his friends, play with the cars with his friends. It's beautiful. And I think Elvis, his generosity, not just with gifts, but with love, where he could help, where he could change someone's life, make a difference, where he could affect people's lives. It never ended. Never ended. You will hear stories of Elvis helping people to the day he died. To the day he died. No matter how unwell Elvis became, he was always trying to help people and looking for people to help. Obviously helped his staff, his friends and family, but complete strangers as well. We all know this. The whole generosity thing where he would just buy everyone everything, houses and cars and jewelry and you name it, he did it. And we read a story yesterday where the Memphis Mafia were driving past a poor young, I think a teenage girl who was walking down the street, and Elvis wanted to help her because she looked homeless. And Elvis made sure she had somewhere to live and turned her whole life around. And she, all right, I think the kids are coming home. Let's have a look. Turned her whole life around and basically saved this girl's life. And years later, this girl thanked Elvis because this girl got married and had children. Now, imagine if Elvis had not been driving past at that moment, I think it was in Memphis, and seen that poor girl, a homeless girl, that I think had a drug problem and may have been a prostitute as well. Elvis changed that girl's whole life. And we read this story yesterday. I think this was from Gio's comment. Gio is like a researcher, one of Amy's friends. So the dogs are here. I'm going to have to walk the dogs soon, guys, but we'll keep going a bit longer. Let's have a look. So when he passed, it is rumoured many bottles were found in his room. Linda Thompson said they were vitamin, not drugs. The syringes, she said, were for B12 shots and for his bad liver, not drug-like rumors. Elvis didn't take street drugs. I don't care what anyone says. He took a lot of medication. He may have took B12. He may have took vitamin shots as well. Elvis was desperately ill, seeking help. Didn't know which way to turn. Did not know which way to turn. Of course, he turned to his nurses, his doctors. He had different doctors that would give him medication. He was in serious pain, seriously unwell, serious inflammation throughout his body. His whole body was letting him down. He had glaucoma and liver problems, lung problems, heart problems. You name it, he had it. Aches and pains and arthritis. And obviously there's a rumor about the bone cancer. We're not sure if that's true. but he was a desperate man. His body had let him down. So anyone that calls Elvis a drug addict, you are so wrong. This was a sick man. And what would you do if you were sick? Any of us now watching, now listening now on Defending Elvis Presley, what would you do if you were in that kind of pain, that kind of constipation, twisted colon? You turn to your doctor for any help that will soothe the pain, any medication to soothe the pain. That's what you would do. Yeah. He was no addict. Was he addicted to some of his prescribed medications? Probably. Wouldn't we be? If we were on painkillers that we needed to stop pain, would we be addicted to them? Almost definitely. So Elvis is misunderstood. He is misunderstood. We just want to get the truth out. This is why we're called Defending Elvis Presley. We just want the world to know the truth, including non-Elvis fans. This isn't just about making us Elvis Presley fans, teaching us the truth. We want to know the truth. We want to dig and get to the truth. Fans search for the truth. But the non-Elvis fans need to know the truth. The people that are doing the documentaries and the news programs and the biographies are making the movies. We want them to know the truth so that Elvis can be portrayed in the correct way. When you look at the film Priscilla by Sofia Coppola, it's so unfair to Elvis. It makes Elvis look so bad. We know Lisa Marie did not want that film made. We know it. We know that there was a dispute between Lisa Marie and Priscilla to not make that film before she passed away. God rest her soul. We love Lisa Marie. There's even a possibility that Lisa Marie was threatening a lawsuit against her own mother, and it never happened because unfortunately she passed away, quite shockingly passed away, which upset all the Elvis fans, of course. We also are quite upset that then Priscilla went on to promote that film and allow that film to be made. Now, I'm not a Priscilla hater, but I do have many, many questions to ask Priscilla. That she did many things that we feel she should not have done. And that particular thing with the Priscilla movie, the Sofia Coppola movie, we think was a massive mistake, should never have been released. Not just unfair to Elvis, because he had no say in that film. He can't defend himself. A film has been promoted around the world that makes Elvis look bad. He doesn't have a word to say about it. He's not able to defend himself, which is why we're here as Elvis fans to defend him on his behalf. And we have many questions to ask Priscilla Presley. So if you guys look to our channel and think we're just haters of Priscilla, you're so wrong. We just want the truth out. We want the truth out. We don't want everything to be Elvis's fault. We accept Elvis made mistakes. Elvis was a human being. He was also doing things that he shouldn't have done, like being unfaithful. But there's no comparison. There is no comparison because Elvis did a lot of good. A lot of good. It massively outweighs the fact that he was unfaithful or that he had a prescribed medication problem. Yeah. There is no comparison between Priscilla and Elvis. Elvis spent his whole life doing good. As much good as he possibly could. He couldn't get enough of it. He would even buy the tabloids and look for ways to help people. He would read stories with the hope that he'd find someone that he could help, and even go out with his way and drive to their home to help them. This is Elvis Presley. Elvis had no color, meant nothing to him. He was the least racist person you could ever imagine. Anyone that calls Elvis a racist are completely clueless. Completely clueless. Elvis didn't see color. In fact, he was very close friends with many of the community, not just in Mississippi, Tupelo and Shake Rag, but also when he first moved to Memphis. He had many colored friends. Elvis was not racist. He had many colored entertainers that were his friends that he helped. So, there's just so many things that we have to defend. When I say we, I mean Team Elvis. And we encourage people to subscribe to our channel, to become members, to join Team Elvis, so that we can all do this together, so our movement can grow. Defending Elvis Presley fans want the truth. We want to grow, and we do tend to pick lots of different topics. I do have to keep saying the same things over and over again, because every time we do a live stream, we're trying to attract new people into this channel, into Defending Elvis Presley, into Team Elvis, so they can help us grow, so we can defend Elvis even better. So let's just read some of your comments. I do have to go and walk the dog soon, so I can't hang about much longer. Let's have a look. Elvis is a one of a kind. You will never find anybody as beautiful as Elvis. So true. That's so true, Teresa. Dr. Nick saw the autopsy and said he had cancer. Hi, Margaret. How are you? I definitely have read a few times that Dr. Nick saw the autopsy. So I haven't seen him say it was cancer. I've seen Charlie Hodge say that Elvis told him he had bone cancer. I don't think I've seen Dr. Nick say it. But I've seen Dr. Nick say some quite sort of upsetting details. I have. Dr. Nick is given a bit of a bad rap. A lot of things are blamed on Dr. Nick. I think it was 50-50. I think he inherited an impossible task. And I think Dr. Nick's blamed for a lot of things. Now, do I think Dr. Nick is a complete angel, did no wrong? No, I won't say that. He probably did overprescribe sometimes, but at the same time, he would also give him placebos. So I just think, was any doctor going to be able to sort Elvis out medically? I just don't think so. He was the whole package: charisma, talent, grace, voice, drop dead gorgeous, as well as being a very kind and generous man. That's so true, Jane. We must all have took tablets for pain at one time and another. It's not hard to become dependent on medication. So true. And don't forget, especially towards the end, 1975 and 6 and 7, he was working way too hard. He had no energy. He was extremely unwell. He needed uppers to wake him up and boost him. He needed sedatives to relax him so he could relax and sleep. And he had serious pain, so he needed serious painkillers. And plus all the medication for all the different problems in his body, especially the steroids for his constipation. So, and his, he definitely had gastro type intestinal, like, I'm no doctor, but, colon type problems that were severe, yeah. As well as like high blood pressure, hypertension, and even breathing problems. It just so sad. Why haven't his doctors came out and defend him, knowing about his symptoms in painful situations? I just think it was so complicated, yeah, because we don't know, do we? Could it have been genetic things? We hear about this alpha-1 gene that he may have inherited from his mother, his grandparents on the Smith side of the family. We've heard about the book, Sally Hoddle's book, Destined to Die Young. She has her version. Then you've got Dr. Forrest Tennant's book. He has his version. So come on, there's so much information to take in. We don't really know exactly what medical conditions that Elvis had 100%. We have a general idea, yeah? We don't really know what was inherited and what wasn't. We don't know how much of it was down to lifestyle. We're all guessing. So let's have a look. Dr. Even, get me started. Oh yeah, Ginger on the movie, yeah. And it's so rubbish, isn't it? Ginger, that film. I've watched it 3 times. I can't stand it. Boring. Why is that Jacob Elordi? Why did he play Elvis? I mean, he's probably a nice guy, but come on. He was droning. You couldn't understand a word he said. The storyline was very flat and bland and boring and just repeating all the rubbish that was in the book Elvis and Me. Isn't it? The book Elvis and Me is a fairy tale. I'll get it. Let me get it out for you. I have to always do this. This book, Elvis had nothing to do with the writing of this book. This book was written from the point of view of Priscilla Presley. That's it. There is no evidence or proof that anything in this book is true. Not one word. We don't know. All we know is that Priscilla, 7 years after Elvis died, decided she was going to write a book. She says that she wanted to right the wrongs of the other books. And then she created a new timeline, rewriting history from her point of view to make her look like the victim, in our opinion. And we don't know if anything in this book is true. We know it's loosely based on stuff that happened in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, but we don't know if one word of this is true. We don't even know if Elvis did kiss Priscilla. We don't know. No one ever saw Elvis behind closed doors kiss Priscilla. There are no witnesses to this book. No witnesses. There's no evidence. It's a story that the world has fallen for. The interviewers like Piers Morgan has fallen for this book and treated this book like it is a factual, historical thing. When the truth is, it is just a story that Elvis had no saying. Elvis was dead for 7 years. The person who wrote this book had been divorced from Elvis for 4 years and had more than that, for 4 years, and had not, Elvis had been gone 7 years after that. And she wrote this book as if they were still married, still together the day he died, and acts like she was his widow. His widow. But she was never his widow. And the other thing, the shocking thing is, when Elvis died, just before he died, she was hammering him for a horrible divorce that nearly bankrupted him, that he could not afford, that nearly made him lose Gracelands. The second divorce settlement, which she wasn't even entitled to have, she had to accuse Elvis of fraud for the judge to allow her to go back for a second divorce settlement. Nearly bankrupt Elvis, forced him to sell his recording rights. She demanded a percentage of his recording rights, copyright, whatever you call it. And she wanted, I heard, as much as $6,000 a month spousal payments, maintenance payments. In our opinion, and this is just before Elvis died, just at the same time as the book came out, the Betrayal book by the Memphis Mafia, Elvis, What Happened? And whilst Elvis is nearly dying from his medical problems and his chronic sickness, a desperate man, this all was happening in 1977. Come on, guys. It's just no wonder we're here to defend Elvis Presley. So it drives me mad because sometimes I get comments, people saying to me, oh, why do we have to defend Elvis? Elvis is the man, the YouTube channel said to me, why are you called defending Elvis Presley? It's a silly name. Why are you called defending Elvis Presley? It's a silly name. And my attitude is, if this man has to ask this question, I don't understand. I don't understand how someone running an Elvis Presley channel needs to ask us and Team Elvis why a channel exists that's called Defending Elvis Presley. It makes no sense. And I try and say everything I say respectfully. There's no hate. There's no anger. I'm a little bit upset about some of the circumstances, but I'm very forgiving and caring and loving, and I hold my hand out and of forgiveness and friendship to any person that I have disagreements with, including other Elvis channels, and I'm welcome to have a debate or a discussion, a mature debate and discussion with anyone that disagrees with me. I don't expect people to agree with me. I will air my views. You guys can air your views. Anyone that's watching, like Priscilla fans or anyone right now that is watching our live stream, if you've got something to say, you're welcome, guys. Come in. Let's chat about it. Let's talk it out. Let's give Team Elvis the opportunity to change your mind. If you're a Priscilla fan and you think that Elvis was completely in the wrong and that Priscilla did no wrong, give us a chance to change your mind. Give us a chance. We're not trying to make you hate Priscilla. We just want you to know all the facts. Help us help you learn all the facts. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Sorry, I'm missing some of your comments. I'm just sort of skipping through, guys. Hi, Natalie. How is Gio? How's Philomena? We've got Irene. Irene, the story paid for her facelifts. Oh, that's... Do you know, I actually feel sorry for Priscilla with the facelifts. Come on. I know that some of you guys think it's karma, it's payback, but come on, you know, someone does that to your face, it ain't good. I actually feel sorry for her that that's happened, even though she's made all these mistakes with Elvis. I still think, oof. You definitely, Francis, definitely, you're 100% correct there. There's no way he's a racist. I'm just going back on some of your comments. Yeah, come on. Ginger, anyone thinks Elvis is a racist is cuckoo. So I'm going backwards on the comments. Yeah, Finola. Yeah, that twisted colon. I can't think of anything more painful. So Filona's been through it, yeah. So Margaret, Kathy Westmoreland, Elvis told her a lie that he had cancer. May Mann said Elvis told her that he had cancer. So he could have done, couldn't he? He was in a lot of pain. That is a definite. I think Elvis gets a bad rap. He gets a bad rap. It's so unfair. And I know that the release of the Baz Luhrmann film, Elvis, did a lot of good. And I was watching a clip on TikTok that said that on the first day after at the release of the Elvis film, there was 3 million more people searching for Elvis songs than the day before. So there was a big impact. It brought in new fans, didn't it? And sort of gave Elvis a bit of a break and restored his image and reputation, I think. But then that was all just ruined by the Priscilla film. So this is why we're very annoyed at the release of the Priscilla film. I just want to play something for you that I quickly put together. I just liked it. It had some footage of Elvis with some of the Memphis Mafia trying to fix a tire on a car. I put it to some music. No, I found it with music and I extended it, made it a little bit longer. Let's have a look. Come on, let's watch it, guys. I played it this morning, but I want to play it again. Right, let's have a look. I got to go in a minute. I've got about 2 minutes left.
Some people in the park and didn't bother to explain. Fun, look at us run. Made some faces at some people in the park and didn't bother to explain. Fun, look at us run.
I love that. I just love it. And you guys probably know the story, who filmed that, when it happened, what year it happened, why they filmed it, whose car it was, what car it was, who was there with him. Feel free later, guys, to answer all those questions. What else I did? There was a couple of things that I liked, and I quickly... Right, here's one that I saw on the 24/7 chat. This has got Lisa Marie in it.
How do you feel about the
You can't really hear it. Can't really hear it, but that was about 10 years ago. Let me see if I can get one that you can hear. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, I like this. It shows Elvis. rehearsing with no singing, just shows him concentrating, trying to get the music right. I just thought it was really sweet. It's only a minute long. Love that. Should we do a bit more? I don't know why, there's something about that, even though he's not singing, it's the way he sat there, he's really concentrating, and he's taking it quite seriously. I know that it goes on later and he pretends to fall off it and stuff, doesn't he? But I just found it, I don't know, quite touching. See I just love how excited he is. Come on, we'll play one more, and then I gotta walk the dogs.
Because a stranger in the crowd and I would be strangers no more. La, la, la,
Yeah, I love it. I love that.
Did you know if you lived?
She didn't look well that night. And I looked.
Let's
They looked that.
see if we can find one more.
I will personally.
That's just funny. Come on, a couple more.
I found him fabulous to work with.
Right, the Incredible Hulk talking about Elvis.
I found him fabulous to work with. I remember the very first day I ever walked on the set with Elvis. He made an issue of coming to my dressing room and welcoming me and making me feel comfortable. And when you consider the influence he had, the size, the magnitude of stardom that he had, I was terribly impressed and really enjoyed working with him. I found him
Love it. Come on, guys. We love the Incredible Hulk, didn't we? Is it Bill Baxter? Oh, what's his name? Oh, come on, Louis. Bill Baxter. But we love him. And the way I know he made 2 films with Elvis, didn't he? It was one Speedway, and then there was another one. Yeah. And the way he speaks about him is beautiful.
I'm happy. I am happy.
Right, let's listen to Lisa Marie.
I'm happy. I am happy because it's something that I did, and
And I had it tough. I mean, I'm surprised I wasn't slaughtered out of the gate, which is why I said to him, may concern. You know, not those of you. I mean, I'm up against a lot. Most celebrity kids are. I particularly am. I was ready to be fucking annihilated. Pardon my language. You know, I mean, I really had all the odds on me, on this one, against me. So, it's very like I can't even come close to believing that I would even. It's like I look at it every day. Like I gotta keep battle this thing, you know. And people want. I can feel like people. There's like a toss up and want it to succeed and want to fucking just annihilate it, you know. And it's a lot. And people immediately want you to like screw up or fail. And I don't know what that is, but I have so many odds against me.
So, even though she's swearing, come on, she talks from the heart. I think she's talking about that there was very high expectations of Lisa Marie when she did decide to sing, because she's constantly being compared to Elvis. And I think she really felt at this point in her life that she nailed it. She nailed it. She was expecting a bit of a backlash, but no, she held her head up high and she did some great music, some great lyrics, some great songs, and she just nailed it. We love Lisa Marie. Come on, we love her. Lisa Marie and Elvis, we love them both deeply, deeply. I got to go, guys. Got to walk the dogs. We've done an hour. So I'm pleased that we did an hour. I've had a bit of a crazy day. The dogs want me to walk them. They feel they've been a bit left out. So I'm going to walk them now. Hopefully when I get back, the kids will be here for a bit so I can spend some time with the kids. And then tonight, I'm hoping to do another live. I'm not sure if we're going to have a topic tonight. We'll see. It depends how much time I've got. So what I may do is while I'm walking the dogs, I'll watch some YouTube videos and Google some stuff and see if I can come up with some of your comments in the 24/7 chat. So please subscribe. Please hit the like button. If you want to be a member, you're welcome to be a member. And send me some information, guys. Help me with my research. Send me some videos, some pictures, some clips, some research, and we can come up with a new topic. So thanks, guys. I have to go. So I'm going to say goodbye to all of you. A special welcome to anyone new. Obviously, Ginger, but there's going to be others that are just watching now. Please join us. Please become part of Team Elvis. Help us grow, help our movement get stronger. Defending Elvis Presley fans want the truth. Please join our Facebook page, Defending Elvis Presley Louis Daily Live Streams. Defending Elvis Presley's Louis Daily Live Streams. And please subscribe, guys. Have a great day. I'll see you in a few hours. Yeah? So thanks to everyone. So we've got Gio and Jane and Natalie and Linda and Ginger, and there's another Jane there as well, and Margaret. Let's have a look. Let's make sure I haven't forgotten any. Deborah, Philomena. Who else have we got? So CKC Designs. Anyone that I've missed, I'm really sorry. I think there's more than one Jane. You've got Irene, of course, Natalie, Teresa. I think we've got everyone. Francis. Thanks, guys. All the best. Take care. All the best to you. Sending you love. Sending you love.